Well, YouTube does its thing. Here we go again. All right, and we are live. Welcome back to another Jedi Academy. I'm your host with the most, Ranger J 1999, welcoming you to the longest running live stream Q&A in the Star Wars Scouts and Heroes community. And it's pretty simple. The way this works is we have a great panel, which I'll introduce in a second. But it's a Q&A show. We're here to talk about Star Wars Scouts and Heroes. And the way it works is if you have a question, we'll give it to one of the panelists. And the way the format works for that is if you have a question, you put it into the chat, we scoop it up, and then we get the questions out there. There is a time limit on questions. We will have a cutoff point at some time, so it behooves you to get your questions in sooner rather than later, because at the later point, if we make if it's at the cutoff, there's nothing we can do. And the format that we also ask that you use is we use Nightbot to scoop up the questions. Pretty simple. All you need to do is actually put the actual word question. That's our filter word to get your actual question in, and then put your question statement after the word question, and then we'll get you squared away. And you'll see some examples of that in the chat. So if you don't do that, sorry, we can't help you. We probably will not see your question because it's not going to scoop up. So help us to help you, help us help you to help Finn. And speaking of Finn, Dr. Finn, the medicine woman, troll extraordinaire is here. Good morning, Dr. Finn.
Hi.
Also joining us all the way from down under, we've got Heinzie the preloader.
Oh, harsh man. How are you, brother? Hello,
good.
everyone. Hello, skewers.
We're still
Good
recovering
morning,
from
bunch of
your...
legends. How are you?
boy. Heinzie just streamed a couple hours ago, and my God, it was the most epic stuff
Oh, it was a
ever.
successful evening,
Oh,
Ranger.
boy.
Let's be honest.
It was
Yeah.
extremely successful, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Also joining us is the bounty hunter whisperer himself. We've got Van Seal.
Hello, hello.
And I'm sure a lot of us we'll probably get some more people that are just coming. They're a little bit late, so if they are, we'll get more panelists and they will pop in. So, give your greeting in the chat, say hi, hit the thumbs up, subscribe. We'll let all these wonderful guys pimp their stuff afterwards. But you hear all content creators say that, hit the thumbs up, subscribe. It's just a natural thing that we say. Go ahead and start getting your questions in. And what we like to do in the beginning of the show while all that is transpiring is to basically talk about what's on everybody's mind. And since we don't care what Dr. Finn has to say, Heinzie, Vincil, some few things going on this week. We had in the two big things is we had the next round of characters needed for Galactic Legends, the new ones, and then we also the changes to Galactic Challenges, which I was blown away by. I was shocked, which we kind of talked about last night on your stream, Heinzie. So we'll go to you first, Heinzie.
Yeah.
What's on your mind, brother?
Man, look, I mean, we had a quick chat about last night. I think the Galactic Challenges is certainly a step in the right direction. I don't think that that's the ultimate perfect finish, but I think that when they were released, we knew that they were exhibition standard, and we knew that certainly things had to be improved. We all knew that. It was obvious. But I like now that they've got the shards in the first few waves. I mean, those guys who need those shards are going to want them in the first few tiers. That's going to help them progress. That's the whole idea. It's part of it. I like that. I like that. Obviously, you're getting Kairos. I like that you're getting bits and pieces. High end, they're certainly a little bit worse off. There's no doubt. But at the end of the day, if you're at that high end anyway, you probably don't need them as much. To be fair, I think that would be obvious. But yeah, overall, I think it's certainly a step in the right direction. I really do. I think that's certainly better than it was. They got rid of that Gear 1 crap and that, the level 1 crap and all that sort of stuff. I think that was just a waste. So, no, right track, brother. Certainly much better. Yeah.
I was just blown away. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, they got rid of the gear gate. Now, the event got a little bit harder, but I don't mind that as much as, because at tier 4, you were getting, before we got crap, and then all of a sudden I'm like, 8 stun guns, 15 poshars by now. What is happening in this game?
Yeah.
They actually listened. I think that was the most shocking thing is they actually listened and made changes and communicated it.
I agree. I think that's the best bit of it, isn't it? They said they listened and we thought, that's hilarious. But they actually did. They actually listened. And that's all we want. We want to know that you guys are listening out there, CG. We love you. You make a great game. And I'm rapt to hear that. It's great.
All right. Vincent, what's on your mind, brother?
Yeah, I agree with Heinzie. I really don't, I wasn't too picky about the gear. I mean, before it wasn't as good, and it's way better than it was before. But the one thing that kind of stood out to me was the challenges and the feats that they changed. Because before it was like,
that's another one.
what was it? It was like full clear with whatever faction, full clear without losing anybody, and then underman. I mean, that was really boring. But now you actually have to think and strategize, because what is one of the challenges right now? I haven't done it yet, but one of the challenges is like you need a light side droid, and as you go through the further tiers, like you need 2 and then three.
Yeah.
So like that's kind of cool. I like that they're in. I don't think this is the final version. I think, like Heinz said, we're on our way to that. This is a good step in the right direction. So
yeah,
definitely a little bit more enjoyable.
It wasn't, and the faction wasn't tied to the gear gate. So if you just had a full resistance squad and you beat it per level, you got the rewards, right? As in compare where it said you had to have all 3 relic, or 3 or like 5 or 12 to beat that tier and then get the rewards. I'm glad that they removed it. That was really, really good. I don't know if you've done the new Galactic challenges. What did you think about the changes, brother?
I haven't looked at them. I mean, I looked at them. I haven't done it yet. I'm going to do it later this afternoon when I stream GAC and stuff. But from what I've seen, everything is looking good. I do like all the changes. They're not gear gating it. Just you have to have your team, and they just made the difficulty kind of imply that you need a higher gear, which is fine. Watched you do it and not have the best of luck with your Ray.
Yeah, it was that tier 7
Kylo
fight.
was doing better. Yeah,
Kylo's a monster, man. Let's just
but that's why I like the thing. It's a challenge, right? They should be a challenge. I do like that. One of the criticisms that I saw was that some people felt like the gear actually went down a little bit in numbers. But one thing to remember is that the first instance of a lot of these was 7 days. Remember, the first time it came out was 7 days. This is now 2 days, I think, 2 or 3 days. I can't remember now, but I think it was 3 days.
Yeah.
So you're getting it twice a week now. So even though the rewards may seem like they're cut in half, if they repeat the cycle, like they kind of said they were going to, which is just kind of like having a continuum that's on like a rotation, you get the same amount of gear pretty much at the end. So I do like the change in the gear. I think even though the numbers on some of them may seem a little bit lower, it balances out. So I think they've done a good job overall.
And there's crystals.
Yep.
That was
There's crystals. There's
not a whole lot, but it adds up.
Yeah. And it was better gear too. It was stun gusts. It was stun guns. I couldn't believe that. I was like, wow. It was a lot of stuff. I mean, it was madness. I mean, it really was. You know, I mean, I couldn't believe what I was looking at when I went in there. I was like, wow, okay.
But it's kind of cool though, because if I'm wrong, this is the perfect event to ease that gear grind, isn't it? I mean, let's be honest. Have the stun gun grind, right? We have the golden eyeball grind. We have all that sort of crap that we need to ease. This is the perfect vehicle to do that. So given the option, I think that's ideal if they get it right. I think that's certainly a big solution that is a problem that's been there for a long time. I think that makes a lot of sense if they get it right. And I think they're definitely on the right track for that.
Yeah.
And the way they have the challenges, like going back to the challenges, how they changed them, it feels like you're using more of your roster now than before. And what I mean by that is, if you look at my roster, I don't have any resistance whatsoever. I was able to clear all the challenges but 2. The last 2 tiers, the full resistance.
Perfect.
And I was able to use my whole roster because I have light side droids. I have, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. I have other things I can use to kind of like cheat my way into getting these challenges done. Versus the last one, last time it kind of just felt like you have to have that faction. You have to have that faction over and over. It's like Relic 3, Relic 5, and just, I don't know. It just didn't feel like I was using my whole roster.
Makes sense. All right, so start getting your questions in, guys, if you haven't already, and we will get to that. So I'm trying to give people a little time to get in, get their coffee, grab their donuts or their eggs and bakey, whatever it is they're having this morning. Well, maybe it's evening. Maybe they're like in Australia and they're having a late supper, or maybe it's afternoon tea time over in England. No, Heinzie, beer is not what we have for supper.
We're Australians, man. Enough said.
That's enough out of you, young man. That's right, Finn. You show that water. So what about the new requirements for Galactic Legends? Van Seal, you're going for Palpatine. I'm going for Luke. When you look at the requirements on both sides, what are your thoughts?
So the characters aren't super good, but the one thing that I'm kind of looking at is Palpatine has a lot of pilots on his side so far that aren't really utilized. So I'm kind of hoping maybe somewhere down the line we're going to get like a Sith capital ship, maybe. So I mean, I never wanted a Gear 13 Darth Maul, but I guess I'm going to have one now. And yeah, I mean, most of the community's kind of said like, we got crappy characters on our side, but I mean, this isn't anything new. We've seen worse requirements, I think, for lesser characters.
Yeah.
So, but unfortunately, for Jedi Knight Luke, like you're going for that one, you have to have. Oh no, Jedi Master Luke. You need Jedi Knight Luke, which a lot of people were like, "No, there's no way they're going to do that." So, I do feel their. I understand the other side. Oh, I feel your pain.
Well, it depends on where you're at, right? Like for someone like me or Heinze, we've got this stuff. Like we've got the characters pretty much squared away. It's not like for a veteran player, it's we're ready to go, right? But I'm just thinking as a new player, like even you've seen it with some of the newer players that are they're Wells too. They've got like I've seen the counts, Rey and Kylo already. And so this will just steer them to getting Palpatine first. But like Luke is like one of those special circumstances where it's like you got like 5, you count them heroic legendaries that you have to get, like with Chewbacca requiring other teams and everything. Then you have all the requirements for Luke, which includes 2 get 1 characters. You can't buy that stuff. You can't buy your way into Luke, right? As compared to the other ones. It's a really weird. I was trying to understand it from like a financial perspective. Right, and it's requiring a character that's only coming back every 3 months, which they said, like Finn brought up, they're not going to. Wait a minute, Finn, is that State of Survival behind you right now? You're muted.
It wasn't supposed to be. It just popped up, but yeah.
That's what they all say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But as Dr. Finn brought up, it's a strange move because then it's a character that you can only get every 2 or 3 months when it comes back, right? So I'm trying to understand CG's logic on the Luke side because it's like pick your poison. I mean, with Palpatine, it's just a bunch of crappy tunes that you have to get that you would normally not relic, like you said, Vincil. Luke is like total opposite. It's where it's like a ton of tunes that take a long time to get. To unlock them. So, Heinze, I mean, what do you think of the requirements, man?
Better than they could have been, dude. Not gonna lie. I seriously expected by now we'd be farming the Hoth brothers as priority. I mean, it could be a heck of a lot worse. I'm not gonna lie. Every single one of the newest requirements, I do believe is a very usable character, especially for Luke.
Yeah, that is a positive. If you work on Luke, you're going to have some ridiculously good characters.
But with that being said, I'm concerned in the back of my mind a little bit. It's only a little bit back here. I am a little bit concerned.
Back? Okay.
Yeah, it's not big. We know that it's not big, but back here somewhere, it's only a little. I have a concern though, but because Luke is going to be so easy to achieve or easier to achieve, the Palp might be the one to go for. And that's something that I'm obviously just in the back of my mind not quite sure about, to be honest. But overall, as I said, there's nothing ridiculously. I mean, there's no Rose, thank goodness.
Not yet.
But we've got the Australian boy who runs the Empire, of course, Krennic. He's certainly not a crowd favorite. Let's be honest. So certainly there is a little bit of farming for the sake of farming because we can milk it. But yeah, I expected a lot worse by now. I'm not going to lie.
We had a $2 donation from Yum Yum. It says Heinze turn meter loaded like a champ in GSC ? Yeah.
What you're talking about, Meow Meow had a great run. It was magnificent. Ask Ranger will tell you all about it. It was just a smooth sailing experience.
That's right. And by smooth sailing, he means he preloaded all over the place.
I know what you're talking about, bro.
Yeah, well, go back and watch the replay. I think the proof is in the pudding.
Speaking go ahead.
Speaking of preloading, someone looks like they just woke up. Gom's joining us.
Hello.
Oh, hello, Governor.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Gom, how are you, my friend?
I'm great. How are you?
Okay, knock that shit off.
Wow. I'm good. How are you?
Like this whole stream turned into Mrs. Doubtfire all of a sudden.
Yeah, it was. I just realized I can say like one word with an accent. Anytime I try a full sentence, it goes, ugh. What's up?
Welcome to the stream, Gom. We just talked
Thanks.
about the Galactic challenges and the new requirements for Luke and Jazz Hands Palpatine. Any thoughts on any of that stuff before we start getting into questions? They're
Not really. I mean,
said enough already.
yeah, I mean, just it is what it is. You don't have to have all 4 Galactic Legends.
What do you mean?
You don't have to have all 4 of them.
What do you mean?
I mean, you just pick another one if you can't get. I don't know. I just if you can't get Luke, and pick one of the other 3 to go after. I don't know.
Okay, man.
Yeah.
Really wondering what these events are going to look like, because the Kylo and Rey ones are kind of mirrored to each other. Like, are we going to play rock paper scissors with Luke and Palpatine?
Oh,
no.
And how they're like, how are these characters actually going to interact with each other? Because I feel like these requirements for both sides are so spread across the movie timeline.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what's this event actually going to look like? Are they going to actually have 2 mirrored events again, or are they going to have 2 separate events where they're completely different?
I think they're going to be separate. I just don't know how. They didn't have any. So it's not like they can tie them in from the movies and like they did with Rey and Kylo, right? And they can take scenes and cut it together and create their own little thing from it. Luke and Palpatine, other than episode, like if they take, say, Jedi Luke and then regular Palpatine from Return of the Jedi, maybe you have a scene with those characters interacting some sort of way. But like the older versions is I don't know what they're gonna do. Gone, look like you want to say something there.
Well,
brother.
I mean, if they want to keep these Galactic Legends coming out every 6 months or something, they got to keep it fresh. They can't keep giving us just a reskin of the old one. So I think, like you said, like these characters don't interact in the movies, so this is a chance for them to give 2 completely unique sort of events, if you will. There's no way they took feedback from the first ones and said, yeah, the rock, paper, scissors thing is cool. Let's keep doing that.
I couldn't believe they said that. I was like, you are... Get out of here, man.
Like, if they want to do it once, that's cool. That's cool. But I don't see really any way these 2 characters could really have a rock, paper, scissors.
Well, this time it's going to be tic-tac-toe instead, right?
Oh,
okay.
yes.
Okay.
Yes. Right. Yeah, one of just use Palpatine's fingers as the X's.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm interested to see how they do this. Maybe they go down the more traditional route like they did for, like CLS, Rey, kind of just, a real cinematic, easy battle. You could redo like the Luke versus Vader thing was pretty cool in the JKL event. So there's stuff they could do. I just don't know what it is, but
yeah. Do you think there's a reason for that disconnect? Because we can see with the 3 characters released in kind of a general timeline, right? Galactic Legend Rey and Kylo, what their event looked like, and then what Jedi Knight Luke's event looked like, right? And everyone loved the Jedi Knight Luke. The Rey and the Kylo, which are supposed to be the better characters, just seemed to fall short. Like it didn't seem like the effort was put into the event, right? Do you think there's a reason behind that?
I don't know. I think there was effort. I just think the effort gets lost in the repetition of it. You just have to do it so many times. You're just like, blah.
Mm-hmm.
And that they've kind of backed themselves into a corner with the ticket system now. So now they have to make Palpatine and Jedi Knight Luke use at least the same amount of tickets, if not more. That's an option that could come about. There's really no way to do it without doing something repetitive, unless you just have to farm tickets for a week and a half and just do the event once with tons of tickets needed, like 4 or 5 times the amount of tickets. Do it once, but then if you lose, you're like, yikes, that's 2 weeks of farming down the drain. So I don't know how they're going to handle that. Repetition is terrible. I did not like the Galactic Legend events at all.
No, it was really just it was so gated, right? It was so gated in so many ways, and it was just. It was just designed to push to, I think, to touch your limits to see if you would spend to get past it. Like, oh my God. Because you think about it, you get all these characters relic, that's gate 1. Then you get into the event, you have to get tickets, and then you have to unlock the character. But when you unlock the character, that's gate 2. Gate 3 is you had to gear them to the high relic with all the Zetas, because The next gate was you had to get another 840 tickets, and you had to clear tier 4, 5, and 6. And then, oh, by the way, tier 6, if you mess up, guess what? Add another 70 tickets to that, because that's how long it's going to take you additionally to farm it. So if you got lucky and went 10 and 0, you're fine. But then if you didn't, if you had one or two misses, that was like, what, another 140 more tickets or something that you had to add. It was not an enjoyable experience. But if you look at the Luke event, it was hard. It had some difficulty in it, right? Especially the tier 6 or the phase 6 battle, right? A little bit challenging at certain points, but it was fun. It was interactive, and it told the story. And it's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde with CG. I mean, it's like you get the Galactic Legends and all that nonsense, and then you get the Luke event, which actually made having the boxes and stuff that we've seen in the game before, right, actually means something, right?
Yeah.
That was I think the most impressive thing. They actually made that fun and interactive. So I don't know. I'm hoping we get Jedi Knight Luke CG with this stuff, and not the last Galactic Legends CG. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed.
Yeah, but some of us don't play the game for fun. We like the pain.
Okay, so if you'd like to shoot nails at Van Sil, we'll have a target practice for you afterwards. You just take a hammer and hit him right in the knee.
Learning a lot about everyone here so far.
Van Sil. Ladies, Van Sil is single and available right now. Especially if you like...
I'm just waiting for my tier 4 of Rebel Roundup. That's all I want.
That's right. I try, I've got my badass bounty hunters. I tried. I just can't do the challenge tier 3 of those challenges anymore. It's just like that Rebel one, man. I just it made me throw up. I'm like, really? I got no chance here. This is stupid. 50 turns. Yeah, I'll just wait. Oh, I'm all dead already? Okay, good. I don't want to do this anymore. All right, Finn, we got the questions. They're coming in hot and heavy off the presses. We'll start with Heinz and work our way around the corn, as old Grande Patron would say. So what do you got first? Let's go to Heinz, and let's see what Heinz can answer for us.
Okay. So first question for... Well, okay, let me see. Let me find one for Heinz. Okay, there we go. All right, so Heinz, question to you from the legend himself, Lego Calrissian.
Lego, my boy!
So his question is, what's your preferred non-Galactic Legend team comp to counter both the Galactic Legends, Vader or Jedi?
Neither. If you watched my stream a few hours ago.
It was horrible.
Vader was close, but it didn't go very well.
Well, for some reason Fracture didn't go off, and I was about to throw up because I was laughing so hard.
No, I think Vader's certainly the more solid one for sure. But yeah, I used Jedi Knight Revan early on, and it did not end well. I love you, Lego. You set me up, you mongrel. I love you a lot, bro. But yeah, I think Vader's certainly the better option with the right combination, yes.
Yeah, for Rey, I think it works
here's
really
a crazy idea. Maybe use a Galactic Legend as well. That would be a great idea too. That's probably the best counter. Yeah,
there was specifically non-Galactic Legend counters on that question, Heinzie.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm going back to Galactic Legend counters, bro. Yeah, no. At the end of the day, I think, certainly, Vader, Thrawn, using that combination there, getting the dots stacked up and taking out Rey one shot. That's good.
I mean, the team's set. You have Watt and you have Thrawn. For each side, you have certain characters that are at additional. It's a lot harder because you're pulling pieces from other teams. That's right. Which can make your
any Galactic Legend counter pulls a lot of pieces from a lot of different teams. That's the problem. So it's certainly very difficult to go up against them. In the best of times, let alone if you haven't got both of them. If both of them are on defense, it's a tough day at the office.
Yeah. Vince, the only thing you use for that?
For which team specifically?
Well, just any of the two Galactic Legends, any non-Galactic Legend counter that you use for, like, say, Rey or Kylo that you like.
God, I feel like half the time I'm making these teams up as I go because they're so different sometimes. Like in Grand Arena, I'll see I've gone up against Galactic Legends that are all resistant. I've gone up with one that were all Jedi. I mean, it really just depends on the team comp. And that's the one thing I don't really like Galactic Legends too much is you can change every single character on that team.
Yeah.
And the whole team behaves better or worse, but it's completely different from the other teams you're used to facing. So...
yeah. I mean, the two that I've seen is, there's the Vader counter that works really well. There's also the burn counter with Jedi Knight Revan that you use where you just burn, like, you use like you go against Rey, you use Jedi or something, and or Kylo, and you burn that character down, right? And it helps tremendously, especially with Kylo, to have Luke, because he shuts the team down. Kylo's not getting turn meter. You've done the mark, and you're just trying to burn it down straight up. Vader is more about control, with Basil doing corrupted battle meditation, and you're fracturing the Galactic Legend, and then just burning, using Vader to dominate, right? And it takes high relics to do it. Like, you can't do this with Gear 12, guys. You might get lucky, but I think the odds are stacked against you if you try that stuff. What about you, good old Maurice? I mean, this is a interesting topic. Non-Galactic Legend counters that you like.
I think anything, like you just mentioned, anything Jedi is good for Kylo. If you have Luke.
That's a big key. Yeah.
If you have Luke. If you do not have Luke, it's a little dicey. You gotta, like you said, you gotta get real lucky. And but for the most part, Jedi Knight Revan, Jedi Knight Luke, Old Ben, Bastila, and Hermit Yoda, that for the most part will take out any first order combination. If you're careful and you've practiced it, it can work against Malik. It can definitely work against those Kylo Night Sister comps. So that's pretty. The Jedi are great for first order. And there's also that there's like the gas fives Han Chewie 3PO counter.
Yeah,
that one works okay. You just have to have a really, really stout fives and keep him guarded. That can be tough because that takes real specific mod sets. That's something you have to specifically look for. If you haven't done it, you're not just going to be able to throw that team together. And like Van Seal said, though, Rey is a different beast. Like, you could build the greatest counter in the world on your arena team, and your Grand Arena opponent switches one character and it just crumbles. Like, it doesn't even come close to working. Like, it's very frustrating to try to have a counter. Like you almost have to have like a selection of 12 characters all modded a certain way. Like you mentioned, like Vader, Thrawn, Watts. You need some sort of pre-taunt, whether it be like Shore Trooper or Sith Empire Trooper. You really want to have, you got to have Trey available. You got to have Palpatine available. You got to have IPD available. Like, all these characters, for the Empire and Sith, they go to counter Rey, and every comp's different. Like, some comps have like a crit avoidance Holdo. Some comps have a double tank. Some comps have Malik. Some have L3. Some have, Jedi Training Rey. It's just, they're all different. They all require different mechanics. So it's tough to get ready for them for Grand Arena when you can't remod. So
yeah.
Just got to do your best.
All right. A couple things let me mention. Heinzie, tell Mole Pills to quit calling me on Discord. He's
calling me too, bro.
I know, he's butt dialing us, so slap him.
He's butt dialing the crap out of us. I know.
And this is a show note. Right after this, we're going to do my GAC like we always do. And then right after my GAC will be Dr. Finn, Medicine Woman, doing his GAC. I do not know about D&D, so hang tight with that. We'll see. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world, so you guys, I think with any content creators, people doing stuff right now, sometimes real life happens and events happen. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff happening in the world right now. Like Vincil can tell you, there's a lot of fires in California. It's not a good time to be in California.
Oh yeah. Yeah. If you live in California, it's been literally for the last like 2 or 3 days, it's been orange.
Yes, that's ridiculous.
Like, it looks like we're living on Mars over here.
So bear with us. If we can get stuff done, we will. If we can't, then we'll let you know. And so, but the GAC is definitely happening. So we always have fun right after this Jedi Academy with my GAC. Then Finn goes right into his, and it's a lot of fun. So you're more welcome to join us for the GAC Fat Cabra Time right after this. All right, next question to the Bounty Hunter Whisperer, Van Seal, Dr. Finn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Van Seal, question to you from Icehouse SWGOH. And the question is, what is the likelihood that we see a Leia Bosch and Jabba Galactic Legend tunes?
Oh my god. Please. That would be really cool.
Vincel just creamed his jeans.
And a lot of people have been speculating for Jabba for a while, and I think Jabba would be such a cool character. It'd be really cool to see a legendary character that doesn't attack, like kind of like a Watt or Hermit Yoda. I think that'd be really interesting, and I'm sure CG's got something like that down the road. But yeah, bring on more bounty hunters. I hate having what do we have, like 13, 12 or something like that. It's weird. It's a weird number. I don't like it. We need an even 15, even though 15 is not an even number. So,
I like it. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting who they would pick for that, though. Like,
I mean, they could always do Zuckuss and Forlom. round off the
Sure.
Empire Strikes Back crew. I mean, you can go back and do more Clone Wars bounty hunters.
Yeah.
You can do a lot of people always ask for a Saj. I'm like, I think that'd be a cool one.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to do with that faction. So
There you go. All right. Next question to I'm not.
Well, can I ask really quick for Vencio? Outside of those, are there any other bounty hunters that you're kind of really waiting for in the game right now?
there's a lot, but if I was going to narrow it down to one, this character's not canon anymore. He was in the original Clone Wars. Dirge would be a really cool one.
Dirge is a good one, yeah.
Just because he fought General Kenobi in the comics. But I think that's the one I would really love to see. But again, he's non-canon, but we'll see.
We have a lot of non-canon characters in this game. So
That's true. We do.
All right, Gom, I was going to go to you, but what in the name of God do you have behind your head? What is that?
Cupcakes.
What?
They're cupcakes.
Those do not look like cupcakes. I don't know what that is.
Was it inappropriate? I'll change it. It's cupcakes.
I don't care about the inappropriateness. I'm just trying to figure out what the hell that is. It's freaking
It's a
me-
dick butt.
Okay.
They
that's
are
what
inappropriate. I was just
No,
it's
I
super
was trying to figure out. I
inappropriate.
couldn't see, and I was like, "Is that what I think it is, or am I just looking at this wrong?"
It's his tail. It's his tail.
Okay, it's his tail. Okay.
Sure, it is.
I
I thought,
couldn't.
I thought those were feet at first.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a call to anybody watching. There's a image floating around the internet. It's Homer Simpson dick butt, and I cannot find it anywhere, with the exception of it being like all over like a sweatshirt. So if you guys could get the Homer Simpson dick butt picture, I would love to have that, please.
Please
I
do
will not use it on this show.
Well,
It's
Gum's taking
inappropriate.
donations for the sweatshirt.
Yeah, that'd be good too. We'll
This
do that on
Jedi
our
Academy
screen.
has gone in a very
I-
odd direction.
I was,
I'm here to answer questions. I'm a little late. I had a little bit of emergency this morning before I joined. So
yeah, he was looking for pictures for dick butts.
no, I yes, I had interesting dinner last
Even
night.
Durgan said that is so inappropriate, Gom, and
Yeah,
that's coming from
Yeah, I'm
Durgan.
changing it now.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
We don't care.
No, do you?
Oh,
Appropriate, righto.
So anyway, next question to Mr. Inappropriate.
Who's that?
All right, that's gone. Okay,
Mr.
so-
Butt Penis.
all right. There's
Oh,
no
there
coming
we go.
back
Now
from
we-
this
now
at
we're
this
going
point.
back to
All right,
Gom's high school photo. Good. Okay.
all right.
Talk about inappropriate.
All right.
Talk about
So-
inappropriate.
So, Gom, question from Skywalker Vader. For Jedi Knight Luke, how are we modding him?
Well, it depends. A couple questions ago, he asked, like, if you really want to build like this Jedi counter for Kylo, you're gonna want him probably. I mean, there's kind of a range. You're gonna want him probably about 205 to 215ish speed to kind of get it clocked properly. And regardless of the comp, you're gonna want lots and lots of offense and lots of protection. I would argue if you want to use him to counter, if you want to use him in a more, kind of hodgepodge squad, you can use the crit damage sets. If he uses leadership, you could use maybe more offense set. It really depends, honestly. Like these offense percentage secondaries and primaries and stuff. Like once you get them all up, like relic and stuff, it really crit damage versus offense a lot of times depends on your secondaries, your offense percentage secondaries, because a lot of your crit damage sets might have really high offense percentage secondaries and actually be better suited for your character than just an offense set with, blah. But so offense leadership, you want him slow. You want him slow, really slow. You don't even have to put any speed on him if you don't want to, because the slower he is, the slower your opponents are. But you have to have like a lightning fast Jedi to go with him, and that's the best options I think for that are going to be Hermit Yoda and Shock T or both. I mean, whatever the fastest Jedi you can make in your roster is going to be better for that, because really it doesn't matter what the character does as long as they're fast, because they just have to go first. They have to do that mass assist move, and then Luke gets his turn, stuns, and slows the team down. So you can just have a really dud Jedi and just put tons and tons of speed on them. They're just going to sit there, but that's fine. They facilitated the entire team. Lots and lots of protection, lots of offense. He doesn't really need too much crit chance, really any at all, because they're going to have vulnerable from his AoE move. So
That's
yeah,
not crit chance on mine. I mean, I with when I did it, I have an offense set on him with lots of offense with protection secondaries. I do have a crit chance set on him, and the triangle is crit damage. So I want him hitting hard, right? Yeah, and his speed's only 218. He's still a slow character, but that's actually what you want, right?
Well, 218 is good. Like that's what I was, like.
Yeah,
Even if
that's
you want to build him,
the way you want him. Yeah, I'm not worried
Yeah.
about the speed on him. Just damage, and more damage, and he can take. I want him to take a hit. You know, it's kind of like Gas in a sense, if you think
Yeah.
about it. You know, because Gas, you didn't really, you weren't concerned about his speed. It's kind of the same thing, right? Where it's a lot of survivability. He can take a hit, but he counters, and you want him to hit hard when he counters back, right, on his basics and stuff. So. That's interesting that kind of turned out the same way. Weird.
yeah, he's relatively straightforward in how you mod him. It's just you're just you're just trying to make him a little better in offense, a little better in protection, a little better in crit chance. You don't really have to worry about speed, which is nice. He doesn't really need tenacity because he's immune to fear and stun, and maybe something else that's eluding my thing here. But it's good character. You'll be really glad you have him if you guys go through the relic process of these obscure characters. So
yeah,
you really well now you need him if you want Luke. So like Master Luke. So
works for me. All right. Looks like Sir Loki, the lightsaber builder, has decided to join us. He looks like he's nice and freshly woken. Looks like he was also having problems with learning how to use Zoom there for a second. I don't know what that was about. Loki, how are you?
All right. I'm good, man. We were I had to get up early to do a territory war, so we're in the Ma 1 fight right now, and all is well. So I got all my battles in, and we're clearing the last 2 walls, so I decided to jump in, man.
All right.
I got time.
All right. Look, let's give him a question then, Dr. Finn. Put his ass on the spot. Give him a good one.
Okay. So, Loki, question from Wolfbell. And question is, has CG jumped the end game to a farther gap now than, say, a year or 2 ago, to the point that mid-game and non-whale newer players will never reach it?
No, I wouldn't say that. I mean, I think, everything everything can become mid-game, I guess. They release content, and then sooner or later, 6 months down the road, it becomes mid-game, right? I think there's a lot of opportunity to get free stuff now. Like there wasn't this much opportunity, I think, 2 years ago, right? Where you can get in a guild, you can ride the coattails a little bit, get the free rewards. There's Kylo now, right? Galactic Kylo, and you can basically ace all the PvE content and get free gear. No, I think they're doing the right thing. I think they're putting those end game things way far out to extend the game more. That's what it feels like to me. Because even for like an end game player, even it's light side GOTV, right? Like the end game player, you can't even get there yet. So they're starting to do that. They're putting these long-term goals into the game, and it creates mid-level content. It creates makes the game go a little bit longer and what have you. So I like what they're doing now as opposed to what they were doing before, where you get the character and then you're at the end game again, right? So it's kind of it was shortened more back then as it is now, that they're planning ahead more.
Speaking
I'll look at this at a different way too.
Go ahead, Finn. Sorry.
Yeah, I want to ask you guys something that's kind of a more of a general question, and I know we have Nev here. Hi, Nev.
Hello, my apologies for my tardiness. I slept in. I was binge watching *Halt and Catch Fire* last night, and I slept in.
Yeah, nobody cares about that show.
That's a good show,
so,
man.
No, actually,
so the general thought here too, because I think this game did something different than other games that I've played that are microtransaction games, right? And I'm curious if you guys have had the same general experiences. I've never had a game that allowed free-to-play to keep up with pay-to-play as much as SWGOH did at the beginning, right? Most microtransaction games, you buy your way to get this lead, and they keep on adding stuff to keep that lead growing. The beginning of Galaxy of Heroes didn't have that, and free-to-play were able to keep up. And I think that was more of the oddity than what is now the scenario in Galaxy of Heroes. I mean, from your guys' experience with maybe other games that you've played that are similar, have you seen the same thing, which is normally there is that gap between free to play low spenders and then the whales and the krakens, that maybe they don't close the gap, but they're able to kind of keep up in some way.
Depends on the game and the platform. MMORPGs on the PC are designed so you can play them and never have to.
Well, that's what I said, microtransactions specifically.
Yeah. There are one of the games I used to play all the time, and it still runs today. I played it back in 2004, 2005, still runs today, Runes of Magic.
Yeah.
You can go on that as free to play and never have to pay a single microtransaction, and you can plod through that year after year after year after year, still have loads of fun, get in a guild with a bunch of people, enjoy, have a lot of fun, and never pay a single microtransaction. But then you get other games with microtransactions that do exactly what you just said. A perfect example of that would be Honor Bound. Honor Bound would put things specifically in the game. They would put microtransactions specifically in the game that would put a chasm between free to play and pay to win, which is why the company changed hands like 3 times in 2 years. It was bonkers. Just new companies. Oh yeah, we'll milk the whales over that. We'll buy that off you. They would literally buy things. They would put things in the game that you could buy for $100, but it would take 2 years for free to play to be able to get stuff like that. So,
What about the rest of you guys?
I think the reason this game is a little more free to play friendly is because there's not like a time element. Like that game you guys play, State of Survival. Like it's fun, but like once you get to a certain, like Clash of Clans, like once you get your buildings up to like level 10 or 11, they take days to build, right? They take days to build, and it's like, well, all your resources are stacking up and they're starting to max out, just you're waiting for these buildings to finish. So you hit like skip for 200 crystals, 300, whatever the in-game currency. There's no element of like wait on something to finish in this game. But most of us here have all played the game since the beginning. You remember when the game first came out, there was a subscription, and then everything else was just out of this ridiculous. Like you spend hundreds of thousands of dollars or you spend nothing. And then they started introducing these, the $9.99 packs, the flash deals, the cheaper stuff to kind of, I guess, get players kind of, I'll spend $10. And then they buy it, and then they see, hey, I got a little bit of an edge, so they spend 10 more. Then they graduate to 20, 30, 40. Next thing you know, they're, cashing out vaults and stuff. So, I mean, they've changed their kind of approach to it. I still think I obviously am not, but I think you can still play this game free to play. You just have to be very, very careful with what you spend your resources on. And that can be frustrating, and that can take a lot of fun out of it, knowing that I want this character. This is my favorite Star Wars character, but I can't get that character because I really need to save for, Galactic Legend Kylo. I have to, So there are people that do it. There are people that have both Galactic Legends, never spend a cent in this game. There's just depends how you play. Finn, you play the game free to play. You have I watch your Great Readers, you have a great time. It all depends on how you like to play the game.
Well, what your expectations are and what you expect out of the game, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, if you want to be highly competitive, it's very tough. It's very tough to plot along. So,
okay. Let's go to Nev for the next question there, Dr. Finn.
Okay. So, Nev, question to you from Goliath. Do you think CG will require Supreme Leader Kylo or Rey to unlock the new Galactic Legend?
I joked about this on Wednesday. I was joking about it. I don't think that they would seriously do it. I mean, it would be a major curveball because of obviously the Kylo fighting Luke and Rey fighting Palpatine in the movie series, but I don't think it's going to be the GL Kylo and the GL Rey, but maybe the other ones perhaps.
True,
I just think that it would it would decimate the player base. Putting in the 2 GLs, people would be like, are you serious? I mean, how many characters would that create that you need to farm and gear in order to get one? I mean, it would be I mean, I still think that the GLs were a joke. They advertised, come and play the game and get this character. And I'm thinking to myself, really? That's how you're going to advertise it? You're not actually going to tell the people that they have to wail on like 30 characters before they get it. You can just go play the game and get GL Ray and get so yeah, I don't think it will happen. I think it's beyond even CG's. Maybe not Mark Dickerson. Grim would agree with me there, but yeah, no, the rest. Dickerson would say something like, "Yeah, do it," and the rest of CG would be like, "No, we'll decimate our player base that actually pays for the game."
And I saw a comment in chat, and it's true. Crum did say that the Galactic Legends wouldn't be required, right? But
subject to change always gets put at the end of a forum post.
And that's
I
kind of the
highlight
problem.
that every time. Subject to change. They always include that.
Yeah, and I think that's the problem. We've been, unfortunately, misled by CG multiple times over the past years. So there's always, regardless of what they say, a level of skepticism when they say it. So yes, they did say that Galactic Legends wouldn't be needed, but question, how long will they not be needed? Because they weren't needed for now, right? But they might be needed for the next set of requirements, and they might have just been referring to those first few weeks where they were giving requirements.
That's why I said it tongue-in-cheek in a joking manner on Wednesday, because I just wouldn't after the Galactic Challenges fiasco, I wouldn't put anything past them.
All right, so let's go back up to the top to Mr. Heinze.
Sir, yes, sir.
All right, so Heinze, question to you from, let's see, we'll give you this one from Hadriel Jepberg.
Hadriel!
So Hadriel's question is, what would be a good fifth in a GAC defense Padme squad that isn't named 3PO or Shakti?
Barris. Barris every day of the week. She's a great fit in there. With what she does and what she adds to that team. She actually does good damage as well under a Padme team as well. On a defense team. Yeah, definitely Barris, no doubt.
I'm trying to think of who else you could put on that team.
It's probably about it.
You're not gonna like it, but it's actually gotten me holds. Cup?
Say Mace.
No, Cup.
Yeah, you should.
Cup, my boy.
Cup is actually fairly interesting on defense on a Padme team because he is ridiculously slow. So by the time that he comes up on his turn, he has so much like protection up and turns going that he actually can hit pretty nasty. He's not the greatest one, but if you're not putting 3PO and you're not putting Shakti, you're kind of digging a little bit in the Galactic Republic well, and Cup is kind of fun.
A slow Plo Koon works as well. If you make him slow, the AI can't call him to use his turn meter buff until just the right time to give put everybody to 100%, and then everyone in that Padme team goes bash. I mean, it doesn't make the team survive, but it's a wonderful banner stripper.
You gotta love a good play job, brother.
You gotta love it. Exactly, Heinze. You've got to appreciate a good play job.
Could not agree more, brother.
So there are some slow characters at work. I saw Loki, what you put in chat. Yeah, I think Barris is the better one, but Cup is kind of fun. I'll just throw that out there.
All right. Next question to Mr. California Lovin', Van Sil.
All right. All right. So Van Seal, question from Zachary Parlay, and the question is: I have saved up all of the relic materials to relic all of my Supreme Leader Kylo tunes at once. Should I apply them now and do the event, or wait and save Supreme Leader Kylo gear so I can gear him up immediately?
Wait, is he talking about the requirements for the characters, or he has the character, he has a team?
No, so he has all the requirements for Supreme Leader Kylo, but not the gear in order to get Supreme Leader Kylo up. So he's wondering, should I apply it now, get Supreme Leader Kylo, and then work on Supreme Leader Kylo, or hoard the Supreme Leader Kylo gear as well, so you can just do it all in one big shot?
Just do it now. I would say do it now before you get sidetracked with something else. And, like Ranger has said probably 1,000 times, just stay on target.
Stay on target. Almost there. Just a little further, Van Sil.
Yep.
Stay on target. It's the more you know. Do 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 do. you.
But there's another restriction too, right? Like you can get all the gears for Supreme Leader Kylo, but you still need to unlock him in order to be able to get the tickets to unlock his ultimate.
Mm-hmm.
So
True, but I mean, like even without his ultimate, you could still use him in
Yeah,
GAC
he's still
and
really
TW and
Yeah.
TB. I mean, it's not like he's a horrible character without that ultimate ability. He's still like Supreme Leader Kylo. So
yeah, but there's no reason to wait on that, right? Like you can at
Yeah,
least
no.
work on the gear and stuff at the same time you're getting the tickets and just speed
if
it
we
up.
weren't discussing Galactic Legend, I would say wait. But Galactic Legends have ridiculous speed, and even if they're like Gear 9 and Gear 10, you're gonna go first. You're gonna get that stun off, whether it's your GAC or TW. You can still use him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he's such a good character. Even Rey at lower levels, just because of what
Yeah.
her kit does, it's stupid. I mean, it just adds a survivability. That's why Rey in I think in PvP is just such more of the nightmare character, because you know, if you do not get the damage just right and they get that damn little buff, you know that Saber Storm's coming, and on a regular team, kiss most of your characters goodbye, because they're about to go into the light side of the Force, or dark side, if you're whichever one you prefer. So
They're about to become one with the Force.
I like that way.
Ex-Jedi.
Yes. All right, let's go to the next question to the mullet lover in the South, Gom.
All right, Gom, question to you from Elliot Worsfold. And the question is, now that we will have a Relic 7 R2-D2, how should we mod him for best general TW and GAC use? What sets and primaries?
Well, first of all, R2D2 should be one of your very, very first Relic 7 characters. So you clearly don't watch our stream on Thursday, because I say that every week. Just kidding. It depends on the team. If you want to run him with, it really depends. For the most part, I think the safest bets, kind of the all-around use, is there should be no speed sets on an R7 R2D2. Period. There should be no speed sets whatsoever. You're wasting number crunch. You're wasting your Zeta if you have a speed set on. So I think the best bet for all around is put a very quick offense set on him, and then you could put probably health. You get the most benefit out of health, but you could do like a potency subset too, depending on where you use him, because you want his stats to pass. And you're talking about R7 R2D2. If you put an offense set, especially if you're using characters that utilize special offense, it goes through the roof. He has really high special offense, and the offense set just tons and tons of stacking stats. So I mean, a lot of people are using him, with the Rey comps, like Rey, Resistance Hero Finn, Resistance Hero Poe modded for extreme amounts of offense.
This guy,
and then
right
you
here.
do an offense oriented R2D2, and then Poe is just one shot in characters left to right. It's really fun. If you really want to use him on a more durable team, you can stack him with tons of health. Like if you want to use him with Padme, like somebody asked us a few seconds ago, who's the best fifth for the Padme team? You can use Hermit, or you can use R2D2 and just stack him with tons and tons and tons of health, and make those protection ups on your team, even more and more of a pain to get through. So it's very versatile. He brings a cleanse too, so don't forget about that if they crit. So I think the days of modding him for speed and crit chance for the Sith raid are long gone. At R7, just anything except speed.
Okay. Next question, we'll go to the former sixth member of NSYNC, Loki.
I don't know where to go from there. Okay. Loki, question to you from Skywalker Vader. What is a good second team, Jedi team, with Luke Skywalker?
What is it? I like the Jedi Luke lead with like Ezra, Kanan, and then like +2 leftover Jedi. Probably 2 tanks. Like you can throw, you have Kanan, right? Then you can throw another tank. You can throw like Juhani behind it. But the point is you just call Luke and Ezra to assist a bunch of times, and the team just hits stupid hard. With Jedi Knight like Luke lead, then it steals all the speed away from the other team. So your B-level Jedi actually get a lot better, and then that mass assist is just killer on that team. But the main damage dealing is going to be Luke and Ezra, so you just got to protect them, and they'll get the job done. I mean, you could throw Chopper with them. Like you can go. You throw like any tank, but I mean, it's doesn't have to be all Jedi, but it's definitely better if you have. You throw like Ayla on there. but the main core is like Luke and then Ezra and Kanan, I think, are the main, and then it's +2 behind them.
Is that for offense or defense, Loki?
No, I use it for offense mostly. The defense team is probably you can throw like Shock T on it. That was kind of a pain in the ass. I fought that. Somebody put that on defense where it was like Luke and Ezra and then like Shock T and then 2 tanks, like 2 Jedi tanks. Old Ben. It's just a pain in the ass to get around for defense, especially in the back wall. You hide it or something, or you throw it in the front and then you got to throw something good at it. That's the point of it, right? Is you see a team like that and you're like, you know, kind of tell yourself, hey, I got to throw something good at this because it'll chop me down, you know. It's surprising.
All right, Vancilli, I think you need to go stretch and get some coffee. You're fading over there on me, brother. You're doing the same thing.
Like me,
like,
man,
I know.
I feel
Loki's
your pain.
Poor Vancilli. He has about much sleep as I have. All right, let's go to Mr. Beans and Sausage for breakfast, Nev, for the next question there, Finn.
All right. All right. So, Nev, question to you from Scribe. And Scribe has a question, says, would you rather see a new raid or a brand new game mode?
A new raid. I don't trust him with a new game mode, not after Galactic challenges. Just give us the ship raid. Give us the ship raid that you promised us in October of last year. Don't waste your time with new game modes. Just give us a new raid. There you go.
Oh, pretty simple, elegant, to the point. I like it. Wait a minute. Hold the phones. We've got breaking news. We've got someone who is overly fond of, in a creepy sort of way, of Mace Windu. We're seeing if he's going to connect.
Astra?
Does it rhyme with, am?
Yeah, our slam dam. It's Rambam001. Rambam, how are you this morning, sir? Oh, we got breaking news here. We go to our live reporter Rambam, who is at the scene of last night's horrible.
Is that California?
Horrible fires that have broken out. It looks like it's a dumpster fire there behind you, Rambam. It's actually burning through you. My God, man, how are you alive right now, Rambam? What can you tell us about what's happening out there?
I don't think he can. He's on fire. He's completely engulfed in flame right now.
It's like burning.
What can you tell us about the scene out there, Rambam?
It is still going hot as hell. It doesn't seem like it's subsided since last night's failure of a trash bin fire that we call Heinz's GAC.
Yeah, can you tell us exactly what happened to cause this fire there, Rambam?
Well, I think it can all be traced back to when he used Jedi up front instead of using Jedi against SOKR. I think it can be traced back against that, but it could be even more so that he really just doesn't know how to play the game and can't stop preloading.
Okay. All right.
So I didn't hear any of that. I don't know what you're on about, man. I just keep hearing this guy talking about
some
Mace.
interference from somewhere, Rambam. I don't know what it is. It's some strange noise from the netherworld. Rambam, is there any, or the authorities or the firefighters saying, is there any chance of putting this out anytime soon, or will this continue to happen?
It will continue to happen as long as Heinz is continuing to play GAC.
Okay.
I don't think there's ever any stopping it.
All right, let me see. Dr. Finn, do you have any questions for our reporter on the scene, Rambam?
Sure. So, Rambam, question to you from McTweet.
He's on the scene. I'm talking about the scene, Finn, not an actual question.
We can ask him a question while he's on fire.
All right, Rambam, we've got an actual question from Dr. Finn because he's an idiot and didn't even go.
Where's the remove Rambam button? That's the question I want to ask.
I have that authority, and you ain't getting it.
He's on fire right now, so it's the best time to ask him a question.
All right, let's give him a question.
All right, so Rambam, question to you from McTweet. And his question is, how realistic are the rumors that the new Galactic Legends are going to be passive characters like Watt and 3PO?
I don't think there's any. I for sure don't think Palpatine is going to be passive. I don't see that being a thing. Luke, I don't think Luke is going to be passive. I think Luke's ultimate may be passive. I think Luke's ultimate may make you attack him, but 100% evasion or something crazy like that, kind of like what we saw in the film. But as far as ultimate, or as far as totally passive, I don't see either Galactic Legend being totally passive.
All right. Now, before we go to the next question, it's the top of the hour. Get your questions in, guys. There is a cutoff. Remember, we will cut off questions at a certain time. And then also right after this, we'll do my GAC and Finn's GAC. So that's always a lot of fun. And also, we got like 113 people watching, only 26 thumbs ups. Can we get some more love in the chat?
Come on, guys. That's ridiculous, right? Seriously. How many people watching? 113 and 27 thumbs up. That is bull. I don't care what anyone says. Not good enough. Come on, guys.
I was trying to ask nicely, and Heinzie just basically just shit all over our viewers. All right, thanks, Heinzie.
Because I love you and deserve better, bro. You're welcome.
I appreciate it, Heinzie. I love the passion, man. Very much. All right, Dr. Finn, let's go back to the top of corn to...
Well, before we do that,
okay.
I do want to ask a question, because we got one question that's a little bit of an around the corn question, so I do want to ask everyone. So we'll start with Rambam and then go back up to the top to Heinzie, and then we'll get him his individual question. But Rambam, the question is from Waddle7, and his question is, did you enjoy GAC more before Galactic Legends were introduced or after? And does it make a difference if we're talking about 3v3 or 5v4? 5v5.
I think I'm going to go back to I enjoy GAC much more before Galactic Legends. I think Galactic Legends kind of screwed up GAC. As far as their matchmaking, if they were to fix their matchmaking and people that had one GL, I've said it before, I'll say it again. If you have one GL, you should only go against people that have one GL. If you have two GLs, you should only go against people that have two GLs. If you have none, you should go against people that have none. I don't like the matchmaking, but that's besides the point. Me personally, I like 3v3 a lot better. I think it adds some
3v3 works.
How dare you?
Yeah. I mean, well, Nev's seen my record in 3v3 versus 5v5.
Yeah, it's like the Atlantic Ocean in difference.
Yes, I do a lot better in 3v3 because there's a lot more theory crafting, a lot more unique teams that you don't see. But I don't like GLs. Period. I think they suck.
All right.
There you go. Nev.
Are you going to Nev? Are you going to do other show? Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just go backwards all the way up back to the top.
And then
We can start.
there you go.
Just repeat the question again so that I can.
So, did you enjoy GAC more before or after Galactic Legends? And does 3v3 or 5v5 make a difference in that?
I would say I've enjoyed it equally from its inception all the way along. People's bone of contention is GLs now. Before GLs, it was Gas. Before Gas, it was Padme. Before then, it was Darth Revan. And before then, it was Jedi Knight Revan. When Jedi Knight Revan first came out, everyone's like, oh, the matchmaking screwed up. How can you put me with somebody that's got Jedi Knight Revan and I don't have them because I can't win? And then it was Darth Revan. Oh, how can you matchmake me with someone that's got Darth Revan when I don't have? This has happened at every single GAC meta. And GLs is no different. And do I prefer 3v3 over 5v5? You bet your ass I do, because it's so much more fun. Because, yeah, it's just fun.
Loki, he's always talking. What are your thoughts?
I like 5v5 again. I took a break myself. Like if you look at my GAC history, I think it's a good thing. If you feel burned out, like take a break from it. But I usually take breaks from 3v3 and then I go back for 5v5. I have no issue with that. Like 3v3 on my level, it sucks because you're always going to face the two GLs, and then now you're facing a Jedi Knight Luke team. You're facing Darth Revan on defense. Like it's crazy. So I mean, it's just there's so many teams in 3v3 now that you can put all the heavy stuff and still be able to clear or at least outsmart your opponent and stack your teams a certain way so they can't get to the back wall or you hide a GL in the back, they can't clear its own or whatever it is. So I tend to take a break from 3v3, just go for 5v5.
All right, Gom.
I couldn't agree with Nev anymore. Like it's basically, if the people that don't have character X spend as much time whining about character, like building a counter as they did whining about character X, they'd be in good shape. Like it's there's ways to beat everything, and you have to adapt. Like if you really want to take Grand Arena seriously, you have to adapt to it. And even if you have Character X, put them on defense and then learn how to beat Character X without them. Like that's the way. I mean, if you want to succeed and do well in like Nev's Grand Arena Center, if you're all about the lifetime leadership boards, like if you really want to climb that sort of thing, you have to learn how to beat characters without having characters. So it's I really like Galactic Legends in 5 versus 5. I this coming from somebody with 2, I understand that. I have both of them. I placed both of them on defense, and I've lost. Last round I got my ass kicked because I put both on, and he came up with a great Ray comp. I couldn't beat it. So I learned. Every time you lose, you learn something. So I think I'm a better player now because I fought that guy. So I enjoy improving my game, I guess, through Grand Arena. And there's no better way to improve your game than learning how to beat Galactic Legends, like you mentioned, JKL, JKR, Darth Revan, whatever the meta is. I definitely like 5 versus 5 better. I don't like 3 versus 3. I see the appeal of 3 versus 3. I played this game for so long. I'm so used to 5 versus 5. It's kind of my comfort zone. 3 versus 3 kind of takes me out of it. So yeah, just
Yep, there you go. All right, Vince Hill, what are your thoughts?
I've always enjoyed JC. GLs didn't really change much for me, but I'm more of a 3v3 than a 5v5 person, and I wish they did more creativity things though with a GAC. Wait, what'd I say?
No,
it's not you, dude. It's that absolute freaking clown Rambam, not you.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I don't have the Zoom call. I don't have the Zoom call pulled up.
Jesus, sorry.
But what was it saying?
That you like 3v3
Yeah.
over 5v5.
So
my
I
God.
wish they did more like unique takes on GAC. And what I mean by that is like you guys all remember when we banned tunes for Territory Wars that one time, and then the whole community went on fire. Not saying to that extreme, but do things to change it up a little bit. Like that would be really cool. I think is for when 3v3 was around, if they brought back 5v5 ships, just to mix it up a little bit. But yeah, no, I think it's fine. And like what Gom said, come up with counters. If you're gonna, whine about this person has 2 GLs, I only have 1. I mean, you can beat GLs now. I mean, you just got to come up with the counters. If you don't have the tunes, work towards them. You're not gonna get them right away, and you have to practice. These are the best characters in the game, and people have spent either a lot of time or a lot of money earning them. So don't expect to learn how to beat them, your first couple attempts. You do have to work towards these characters and learning how they work and operate. So
All right.
now when these new GLs though,
We'll see,
I don't know.
yeah.
We can ask this question again maybe in like 2-3 months and see what everybody says.
All right, Heinzie, what do you got for me, brother?
I got nothing while freaking Rambam's here, the big freaking Muppet. Have a look at that shirt.
Get over
It's a
yourself.
freaking Muppet. Anyway,
You have done that yourself, Anakin. Now answer the damn question.
bloody Navy flog, dead set. I'm kidding, man. I'm kidding. I love you, bro. You know that. All right, dead set. Galactic Legends. Have they changed the game? Absolutely, they have. Would we prefer to have them? Yes or no? They're here. It doesn't matter what you do about it. Spenders are going to buy it, or you're invested in it. You build up your roster to the point that you can achieve it. Good on you. That's great. 3v3 sucks a bit. It's pretty hard to beat a Galactic Legend if you haven't got one in 3v3. 5v5. You come up with the counters, absolutely brilliant. You come up with the counters for that. I think it's a little bit easier to beat than 3v3 is because the ultimate just goes off. If you've got the ultimate on a Galactic Legend in 3v3, bang, comes out so damn quick. Makes it a lot harder to beat. So if 3v3, it's a Theory Crafter's paradise. That's great. But Galactic Legends in 3v3 are a little bit trickier, like Malik was when he first came out.
All right. We're back to the top of the corn there, Dr. Finn. Let's get the next question to Foster's for breakfast, Foster's for lunch, and Foster's for dinner. Heinzie.
All right. So, Heinzie, question from Ray Rock. Now that the Jedi Luke event is back, are there any true proven team combos with him on offense and any team combinations with him on defense? And is it better to mod him with offense and crit chance or crit damage and crit chance?
God damn it, Ram. Oh my god.
Off Ram Bam. Dead set, bro. Dead set. All right. Okay. All right. Look, I've got him offense on offense on offense on offense. That's me. He just goes in and he wrecks stuff. That's the way I've got him set up at the moment. And you can use him for a lot of different mod sets for different uses, certainly. But I've got him pretty heavy offense. He hits like a truck when I use him. The assists are great. I've used him to stop a lot of... You're right, Ranger? Come on, man. Get professional, bro. Come on, dude. You're right.
How's that for professional?
That wouldn't expect any of this, brother. I love it.
You're number one, Heinzie.
You can use him all over the place. You can use him in a Grievous team as well, just to stun everyone and smash through a real heavy duty Grievous team as well. In a Jedi Knight Revan team, it just kicks butt. That works really, really well too. So there's sort of no wrong answer where you want to use him. It depends on what you're using for, but certainly as a counter for a lot of other Galactic Legends works well. But I've got him set for offense hard. When he hits like a truck, and the assists kick in, and he just rips through pretty hard there.
Very nice. All right, let's go to our next question, Dr. Finn, for sleep-deprived Fence Hill. And you're muted, Finn.
I know. I'm
Every time, man.
Or Vance Hill.
I'm going to start Kung Fu Fighting subtitling you every time you do that.
Can you mute Rambam for me? Cheers.
No.
All right, so Vanceal, question to you from McTweet, and the question is, in your opinion, is CG done with creating any new content or game modes like GA, which is just completely fun and new, replayable content?
Is CG done making new game modes that are fun and replayable? That's the question.
Like GA, yeah.
No. That's what they're probably working on right now, is another game mode to release at the end of the year. So
well, if it's like a raid, for example, right? Because I think right now the thought is maybe it's a raid. Would you?
I wouldn't hold my breath for a raid. I wouldn't hold my breath for a raid at all. They're definitely working on a new game mode. They're always working on a new game mode. This is what it is. And it'll probably be something similar to what we have now, but tweaked a little differently. But they're always working on other game modes. So,
I mean, outside of GA, right? Do you see any of the other stuff as? I mean, GA is more like constant rotatable PvP, right? So is there anything else that's really replayable content? Like we got Galactic Challenges, right? They're trying to make that replayable. Do you consider that replayable beyond what events are right now, or assault battles, where you do it once, you get the rewards, and you're done with it type of thing? Do you think we'll ever get anything truly replayable where players will play it, but not necessarily just for reward purposes?
Not playing something for not for reward purposes is kind of the hard part, because I think that's what every game mode, that's the caveat. You want to be rewarded for your time you're spending in this mobile game. I mean, they could introduce they've always said no to a sandbox mode, but you never know. We could get something. A lot of people have been hoping for like an inner guild territory rewards. I think that'd be a lot of fun. And you know what? I think even if you don't give rewards for that game mode, I think a lot of people would like to play that, because there's a lot of people that would love to test your roster against my roster, or that kind of a scenario, or even like an inner guild GAC. I think that would be a lot of fun too. So, but if we're ever going to get those game modes, probably not, but you never know.
All right. Next question. Let's go to the Moonshine Connoisseur himself, good old Maurice.
All right, so good old Maurice, question to you from What Else 73. Question is, speaking of Galactic Legends in GAC, what team would you use for Supreme Leader Kylo with Ultimate, Crew, Hux, First Order Stormtrooper, and Red Trooper? I have Supreme Leader Kylo, Relic 7, but no Ultimate and no Rey. Let me know if you want to repeat anything in the question.
No, I mean, I got the question. I just don't know what you have, man. Like,
it's hard to answer.
Like, if you have Jedi Knight Luke, then the answer is Jedi Knight Revan, Jedi Knight Luke, Bastila, Old Ben, and Hermit Yoda. If you do not have Jedi Knight Luke, you could try it with Kylo. I don't think it's gonna be dicey. You're gonna have to use.
You can throw Grandmaster Yoda in there to try to burn him down faster. It depends on what he's modded for, right? And his damage. It's still. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm not super comfortable recommending your non-ultimates versus ultimates, but it all depends on mods, really. But and then you've got your gas, Han, Chewie, 5s, 3PO counter. But again, if that's not something you have modded ahead of time, that's probably not going to work for you either, because 5s has to be guard. I think that's something. I really like that build for 5s because it's very flexible. It still works with gas, still works on other comps, but it does give you the option to have him guarded for an emergency kind of encounter like this. Without knowing what you have and how things are modded, man, it's really tough to answer. You can send me some stuff on Discord if you want. I can try to help you. You could use your Kylo, and you'll probably get down to Kylo, and then you could maybe pick off Kylo with a 2-shot with somebody you're burning your Galactic Legend to do that.
Okay.
Sometimes you just have to bite the bullet and 2-shot a GL. That's all there is to it.
That's true. Heinzie Mopils is butt dialing us again. What is happening here, brother? All right. Next question to a man who sleeps with a lightsaber underneath his pillow, Sir Loki.
Okay. So Loki, question to you from Hadriel Jetberg. And the question is, for Zeta placement, is Chupio Zeta in a CLS squad and or Echo Zeta in a Gas or Shock T-League clone squad required? They appear situational, more so Chupios trying to conserve Zetas.
I guess it depends where you're at. I mean, it's like a totally different farm, I guess. Isn't Chupio's kind of late game, right? So I mean, if you got R7 Chupio, I'd probably go for him right now because he's super useful right now.
So good.
I mean, you can, I'm going to assume you probably use your clone team to probably take out a GG team or something, but you can use CLS now, and it's silly how it works. But I'm kind of leaning Chupio right now. He's still new, and there's still a lot of counters that the guilds are working on right now, but he's pretty promising. The Echo Zeta is important. I mean, if you go all in on the gas team, you eventually got to have both. So I guess it depends how far along you are on the 2 meta teams. If you're further along on the CLS team and you do actually have Chupio geared up and relicked, then I would go for him first. But if you got the gas team ready to go, Zetas on all the other ones, then yeah, go for Echo. But you probably need both in the long run. So I would plan on that.
All right. Let's go to the next question to not the Flare Nev.
All right. So Nev, question to you from Icehouse Swuggo, and the question is, what would you want to see for individual raids?
A mixture of both characters and ships. A proper mix, a real challenge. Something with the staying power of the heroic Sith raid, but like I said, incorporating both characters and ships into it. Make it a Return of the Jedi. I mean, what we've talked about raids on our show before, and I think the best suggestion I heard was a Return of the Jedi themed raid. So you would get the whole Area 1 would be at Jabba's barge fighting bounty hunters and stuff like that, and then give us something on Endor, or give us something on the Death Star, and then give us a ship's battle in space outside the Death Star, something like that. A real cinematic theme from Phase 1 all the way through to Phase 4. But obviously it's an individual one, not a team one. So it's good old fashioned light side versus dark side. Although the other good suggestion that somebody made for a raid that you could make solo was give us something where we get to be the bad guys. All of the raids, yes, you get to use both light and dark side factions in order to complete the raid, but the primary antagonists of the raid are always bad guys. So it's Rancor and Gamorreans in the pit raid. It's separatists in the tank raid. It's the KOTOR Sith in the heroic Sith raid. Why not make it so that you're going against light side, you're going against the Resistance or the Galactic Republic or Rebels. So something along those lines. I mean, there's so much potential to make it fun. But yeah, I think they would have to make it both ships and characters to really invest a player in wanting to achieve it, and they'd have to come up with a badass character or a badass ship as the reward to really make people want to do achieve a heroic completion of said event.
Okay. Next question, we go to Dr. Rambam, the Heinze Hunter, for the next question, Dr. Finn.
All right. All right. So next question from Icehouse SWGOH. Question: will we ever see the return of the $9.99 marquee packs?
No. I don't think it's in the cards because CG at the end of the day is a business, and I'm pretty sure, I wouldn't say quote me, but I'm pretty sure when they announced that they were going to the 1999 packs with crystals involved, they said that was going to be a thing from then on out, or something along those lines. So I don't think we'll ever see the 999 packs again, unfortunately.
All right.
Would be nice.
Yeah. We are getting a lot of $9.99 packs that have actually been pretty solid. Actually, a few of them like, hey, that's pretty good. It's not too bad.
Well, we're talking about just marquees, right?
We have marquees, but I mean they've gone away from the marquee packs being that price, but they are having other $9.99 packs in the store.
Those packs are good, like the
gear ones and stuff.
The large Galactic crate or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Those are pretty good.
Yeah, they're not bad. All right. All right, we're back up top to the Muppet himself from Australia, Heinze, for the next question. There, Dr.
All right. Before I get into the next set of questions, really quick for you guys, who has Cam unlocked? Because we do have a Cam question. I want to make sure I get that to the correct person.
That would be Gom. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I have him unlocked, but I'm not really using him. I don't know.
Okay.
I just prematurely raised my hand.
Yeah.
So
No. At least you'll be closer because I imagine you looked into it a little bit more since you have it unlocked. So.
What do you have? Who unlocked?
Cam.
Who's that?
Kiadimundi.
Where's Jedi Master Adastra when you need it, right?
Right.
All right. So, Heinze, question to you from What Else 73 then. Question is, with such little use of Jedi Master Luke in the movie, what abilities could they possibly add for him?
Not much. Obviously, yeah, more of passive abilities. I think he'd be very passive. I really do. I think it'll be along the lines of some sort of lead up to an ultimate where you won't be able to hit him for about 2 or 3 turns and the Jedis are just going to go crazy. I think that he'll certainly be a support character, very much like a Hermit Yoda type, but just like on steroids. I think he's certainly going to be along those lines, in my opinion. But ability-wise, I think you're just going to build up to the point where you just will not be able to hit them. You will not be able to damage any allies. It'll just be full evasion type meta, and then you'll be able to break down whoever's on the other side with plenty of time, and certainly just smash through them all.
All right. Next question with smoke in his eyes, Van Seal.
All right. So, Van Seal, question to you from Nathan H. Says, what squads do you recommend against a fully modded Relic Geo squad? My triumvirate are only gear 12.
Good luck.
Good luck.
That's so funny that you asked me that question because that's the one team that stomps me in GAC every time. I hate bugs with a passion. I don't know because I can never kill them. It honestly depends. I think how they're like. He wants to know what a good squad is to take out like a full Relic bugs team, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at my roster, and anything I don't have is probably way better than anything I do have. So, Ranger, what are good teams to take out bugs? Because I'm gonna learn right now too.
Well, I mean, typically when I get bugs, typically they're at the level where my Sith Triumvirate handles them. Right? If you can get your Sith Triumvirate as relic as the Geos, you're still on an even playing field. You still have the advantage with the Sith Triumvirate, right? Because they're mitigating the damage and stuff because they've gotten the higher stats along with the bugs. That's option 1. Option 2 is you kind of figure it out and you use Darth Revan. You know, the fears, the lightning, the big hit from Fallen Vassal works really well. Someone told me that the CLS with Trupio is really good because holy Christ, Trupio hits so hard. He just starts wiping out the bugs all over the place. Little bit more of a trickier team. I don't think that's as reliable. Padme, if it's highly relic, maybe. Again, you're getting into each side trying to kill the other. It's a matter of RNG and stuff. So there are options. It's just
Mon Mothma slaughters bugs.
Yeah, Mon Mothma was about to get to. I just took her to 12. You know, getting prepared for.
She's a long way away.
Yeah,
I think that's the biggest concern with the question, though, right? Which is that you're facing a fully relic Geo squad.
Yeah, but that's why I'm mentioning.
You can't go in with gear low characters, right? There is a big issue there.
Yeah.
So
that's why I'm mentioning the teams that I'm mentioning, because you cannot go in there with like teams without the
Night
gear.
Sisters can do it. You can
Night Sisters with the relic, because they can do it.
Yeah, they can do it. I mean, dude, I take out, like, I have R5 troopers right now, and troopers can take them out. So
yeah, I mean,
even Piet, like 4-star on a fast trooper team can take him out. So.
Vader will do it. If you have Vader, especially if you could throw Watt on there, will easily just. He's so nasty.
It's not the most efficient, but Jawas can take out the Geos. You have to be within 2 gear levels, and 2 relics basically count as 1 gear level. So you could do it with Jawas if you have invested in them. But again, I don't know how much you've invested in the Geos. If you're Triumvirate's gear 12, right, that could be the issue.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
But if you want to make them more survivable, put crit avoidance arrows on all 3 of them bad boys. Throw in Maul and Vader. But they need to be at gear 12 to take out relic Geos. If they're lower than gear 12, that squad that I just said won't work.
Yeah, even at gear 12, it's still dicey, right?
That's why you need the crit avoidance arrows, just to stop the spy. Because if they don't have crit avoidance arrows, the spy will take them each out one at a time.
Yeah.
I mean, bounty hunters will take them out too.
Bounty hunters,
oh yeah,
can do,
I guess.
Yeah, with nothing.
Duh. I knew that. I mean,
you can shoot 2 missiles at spy, and then it's over.
Yeah,
right? That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. All right, next question to the man with the biggest hair of them all, Loki.
Okay, so Loki, we don't have too many regular questions left either, so we're pretty good on time. We have some fun questions. So if you guys do have questions in chat, make sure you put those in there, and give us a thumbs up too. We have 44. We can hit 50. We have over 100 watching, so hit that thumbs up if you haven't. So Loki, question to you from Gav P. Where in the scale of power would you place Jedi Knight Luke, comparing it with Galactic Legends, Gas, Darth Revan, etc.?
I think he's a click below Gas. I mean, he's pretty versatile. I mean, I use him for taking out Galactic Legends. Sometimes I use them with Jedi Knight Revan teams, but I think Gas is still better than Luke. So my ranking would be obviously the GLs are at the top, probably Kylo's at the top, Rey, and then it's probably the 3 would be Jedi Knight Revan, Gas, and Luke. I think right there, and then DR, below it a little bit. Would be my opinion. So I'd shove Luke right in between Darth Revan and Gas, I think is what I'm thinking.
Okay. All right.
So next question I have is for good old Maurice. Is the cam question here.
we
and
go.
Then we have around the corn.
Okay.
So good old Maurice, the question from Icehouse SWGOH is, what will be the best use of Cam unlocking him this next time?
I guess it depends. If you have a developed Jedi roster, we're talking gear. I mean, I don't know your GP, but we'll say Gear 12, if not Gear 13, like Qui-Gon Jinn, Barriss, maybe Plo Koon is up in Gear 12 for the ship. You really have to have a supporting cast. Like if you don't have any of these obscure kind of Jedi, especially that Qui-Gon lead Zeta is probably pretty good. I'm a Gundy is okay, but you need to have him geared. So these characters you don't really have. Like if you don't have the supporting cast for them, I would just let them sit. But if you do want to use them, I understand why you want to use them. I wanted to use them too, and I developed them a little bit. He's a little underwhelming at gear, 5-star, but you want to use your healers. You really need good Barriss, good Luminara, because that unique. It's everybody gets 30 speed, 40% health, 20% offense, but at the very bottom, it's the Jedi healers. Ayla's another good one because she's support. Support and healers have additional offense equal to 10% of their max health. You're talking about a relic Barriss that could easily add, I don't know, at a minimum 8,000, if not way more offense to her base, which is going to make her one of the highest, physical offense characters in the game with that unique. So, you got Barriss, you got Luminara, you got Jedi Counselor just sitting there whacking people for 50K with their basics. It's pretty cool. It's a big investment though. Like to have a really good cam team, it's going to be a big investment for a lower GP player. Like you're really going to have to switch gears, which is I would just wait. I mean, you're still months away from a 6-star, 7-star cam, so I would really wait. I'd advise waiting on developing the team until then because there's so much going on right now. So much going on. You got Mon Mothma, you got Chupio, you got these 2 new Galactic Legends, you got Piet, which may encourage people to finally do their troopers. Like there's so many better teams, I think, for you to focus on. I could be wrong. I mean, I haven't used him extensively, but I'm a much higher GP, and if I put in a Gear 12 team on defense, it's just going to get destroyed. So I've been a little reluctant to go too deep with him. He's very, very good though. Very, very good. You need the mods for him. Lots of mods you're going to need for him. Different type of mods than your fastest set. So that's. If you want to use them, maybe start really gathering up the health percentage and offense percentage secondaries. Try to get those kind of rocking and rolling. So when you do finally get to build a team, you can have a bitchin' team. I don't know if that was helpful. Maybe Loki has a suggestion. Really, I know Loki's got him too. Maybe some of you other guys have him and used him more than I have. Like I said, I raised my hand a little prematurely when he said who SK. I was like, me.
Sucker.
Yeah, got me.
The only limiting factor with Cam is you have to have Galactic Republic Jedi. That's the issue with him.
Yeah.
And you run that filter through your roster screen, and there aren't great Galactic Republic Jedi left over after you assemble your Padmes and clone team and all that. I mean, you could probably throw Shock T on there, if you want something good. She gets the offense up to everybody, and then you got a bunch of healers around them. So I do have a relic Luminara with a Zeta. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm going to prepare something, but
actually I had a good theory crafting with Cam. Obviously I don't have him 4 shards away, but did some calculations initially between Qui-Gon and Mace Lead. And Mace Lead, because of the offense, whatever, say whatever you want about Mace, because of the offense, he makes, and with Cam with the support and whatever, he can make Barriss and Lumi have, if modded correctly, like +8, +10K offense, because he gives the 20% offense in the lead.
Mace.
Yeah. Get stuffed.
Not like you're good anyways, Mace.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Heinzie, stop preloading and drink Foster's.
That's right. I just can't look at your screen anymore, Rambam. I'm going to lose it. All right, Finn, go around the corner. I got to go AFK for about a minute or two, so Finn, you take over.
So we'll have an around the corn question here, and we'll start with Gom and then work up the screen as it shows on mine. So Nathan H has a question. It says, other than Mace, which character would you want to see reworked?
Oh, let's go with I don't know. I don't know. Who really sucks? Stormtrooper. We'll go with Stormtrooper. Like that Zeta's worthless. Like redo his kit to where the Zeta actually means something. Like,
yeah,
we'll go with Stormtrooper.
Okay. Rambam. Besides Mace, who would you want to see reworked?
Not like you're good anyways,
Oh my
Mace.
god. God damn it. Let me pull up my roster of shit characters. There's a lot of them.
Anyways, Mace.
Yeah. I know. Get stuffed. I'm gonna say Kit Fisto or Plo Koon.
Mine. I wanted to say
Kit Fisto or Plo Koon, either or, because both of them are just about as useless, and they're high-ranking Jedi, very combative Jedi, very popular characters, and they suck.
All right.
They're garbage.
Yeah. Nev.
Maul. It's got to be Maul. And the reason for that is Maul in season 7 of the Clone Wars, when Ahsoka releases him from his cell and he thinks that she wants, it's like, no, I just want you to go and cause chaos. I got chills at how badass he was, just slowly walking through that ship without a lightsaber, just destroying. He was so, but I felt like I did the first time I saw the red lightsaber snap hiss at the end of Rogue One. It was like, oh my God, we're about to see something special here. And I'm watching the Clone Wars, and you just see Maul walk around that corner, and you just know something badass is about to happen. I would like to see Maul that badass in the game. So that would be my rework.
Okay. Loki.
I was gonna say Kit Fisto as well. I mean, I'll throw out there Eth Koth, man. Like that dude should be able to like solo like GG teams. Like he was an anti-droid kit that came out, and there's a lot of potential with that kit, and he should be very Echo-esque, I think, for the Galactic Republic Jedi. It's baked into the kit, and they got to make. I mean, that dude is absolutely useless, and it's so bad that he needs a rework.
Okay, Vancio.
I want my Cad Bane Zeta, and I the devs even responded to me about this earlier in the year. But yeah, I want my Cad Bane Zeta. I think out of all the bounty hunters that got the reworks a couple years back, his was subpar, and he never received a Zeta. So, kind of bugs me. Not saying he's bad, but he's just not good.
Yeah. Heinzie?
3 letters, brother. IPD. I want him reworked. That would be amazing. Because Mace sucks anyway. He's going to suck forever. It doesn't matter how long Rambam keeps going on about it. He's just going to suck as long as the game sucks.
IPD is not bad, though.
No. The game's all right. But no, when it comes to Mace, because, Mace sucks, the game sucks. It's just Mace.
So really what you're vouching for is you want Mace to get reworked, not IPD. Because all you've ever talked about since you said IPD was Mace.
Dead sick, man. Hey, we all want Mace to be good because then you can lift the desk, you get a towel and sort yourself out. Until then, I want IPD. I want IPD to blast the absolute crap out of Galactic Legend. That's what I want. I want to see that again. Dial up the damage output. Want him to go boom. Chick, boom. That's what we want.
Well, that wouldn't matter anyways because the Galactic Legends are immune to massive damage. So it's a problem with the Galactic Legends kit.
I want it accepted. I just want IPD to go boom.
IPD should be an Annihilate, not 99999.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Love that.
Do you think they need to, this is separate but related, do you think that there needs to be a rework to massive damage given the increase in all the stats with Relic?
Yeah.
So that includes Savage as well?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely. They become useless because of the relics obviously introduced and also obviously Galactic Legends as well. They become useless and it's horrible. It's not right. IPD should be he blows up and he goes crazy. Savage does massive damage on his big hit. That should be there. But unfortunately, it hasn't been, obviously it's just not doing the same type of damage as it was when the character was introduced when it was useful.
Supreme Leader Kylo can do 2 billion damage on his basic if he wanted to.
Yep.
So they've surpassed the 9999 number already. So those kits need to be updated somehow.
Yeah.
Royal Guard.
Savage still has it from time to time. I saw him one shot of gas in last week's GAC, and I was like, "What?" I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Oh, why are you using this character against gas?" And it took out it one shot of gas. I mean, granted, gas was the only character left on the screen, but he still one shotted him.
Yeah. I would say mine is actually more related, especially with all the stuff that's going on now, is Sidious. Sidious, man, in like he was soloing Maul and Savage in that fight, and Sidious was badass. He is not good in this game right now.
Good in that challenge tier where he wipes out all your Night Sisters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
NPC one is awesome.
Bring that kit.
Yes, I know. We need that one.
I don't
would
even do
definitely
that
say
tier,
Sidious.
man. It's so frustrating. I don't even do it. I said, screw this.
He's not horrible. He's not horrible at R7. He's mediocre at R7. Anything below that, he's worse.
Yeah.
But I've seen him.
And even
put
then,
out
he
some
needs a
insane
team
numbers.
around him.
Yeah.
You usually stick him on what, like a Treya team or something like that, and that's really the crux of the team. It's not like Sidious has a leader ability. He really should be a lot better as a leader.
He was meta, man.
Yeah.
While we're
very
talking
short-
about reworks, why don't we throw in Royal Guard?
We can.
When we first started playing the game, Sidious was the go-to squad arena farm. That's the first character you farmed because he
Oh,
was
yeah.
awesome.
Yes, he was.
And that was 5 years ago. Yeah, that's. Oh
How
man,
Times have changed.
How do you know Jez Hands Pelt won't make him good again? You don't know that yet. He might make
that's
Pelt
true.
absolutely mental. And this is the point. This is what we don't know yet. Because you know why? We got no bloody kit. So we're farming blind again, just like the first round of Galactic Legends. So you know what? I'd like to see exactly what we're farming for. I'd like to know what to invest in more, but that's a whole different conversation. But yeah, certainly there's no reason why Palp and Royal Guard can't be just off the chain. But we don't even know it yet. And that happened last time when we got Galactic Legends. So you know what?
Royal Guard needs like a GK like auto taunt, and then he needs the protection up like Nest. And then it's over. That dude would be so awesome, and that's all they have to do that kit.
That would be good.
Like a
I think he needs to
protection
have
up on that dude. Oh man.
I think he needs to have more of a kind of like a gas mechanic. So you know how gas, when he has 501st around, he is forced to you're forced to target him, and then he has to kneel or whatever. Yeah. So I feel like if Palpatine is around with Royal Guard should have a permanent unremovable taunt that you are forced to go after him, and then once you kill him, then you can go after the rest of the team. You could. Might be a little OP, cool. But I think it makes sense.
Yeah. I was thinking Royal Guard is like a Night Sister zombie would be kind of cool, right? They just keep coming after you, kill them all. You know? That'd be kind of cool.
That would be.
All right.
Well, that's what Stormtroopers should be. Stormtroopers should be the Night Sister zombie. Just hordes of them, never goes away.
I like that scene with Han where he turns the corner, man. There's like millions of them. I'm down with that.
By the way, Ram, when you were sitting in the position you were, it looked like Grid had his arm around your shoulder while all of that was going on, and it's kind of creepy.
Your hand
he does that on
shoulder.
purpose. You did that yourself, Rumba.
It's kind of creepy.
I enjoy it. You not see this sexy
right.
man behind me? You know, like, he can't be here in person, so he's gonna be here in spirit.
That's right.
Yeah. All right.
I like
all right.
the way
Who
he's
doesn't love
holding
a
his
good seal?
lightsaber.
Who doesn't love a good seal?
Yes.
I thought that was a porg.
That was the never-ending story beast.
Oh yeah.
The never-ending story.
There we go.
All right.
This is all right.
All right, let's get the rest of this fun crap, Finn, so we can wrap it up.
Yeah, let's get to the fun questions, and then we'll wrap it up here. So, first question for Van Seal from Durgan.
Oh shit.
Oh man.
For the Vandalorian, will you have your Resistance and Lightside characters ready for Lightside GOTV?
Durgan, you know I don't have anything ready for Lightside GOTV. Why would you ask that question?
Because he knows.
Because he's Durgan.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna have anything ready. I'll have my platoons ready, and my
There we
deployment.
Hey, that's helpful. That is helpful.
If I remember.
Story sucks.
Yes. All right, Heinzie, question to you from
Here we go.
Poby.
Uh-oh.
Poby's question:
Don't pull
would
out.
you rather drink a dozen Foster's cans or rock, paper, scissors for a single shard of Galactic Legend Luke or Palpatine.
Rock, paper, scissors the crap out of it every day of the week for that stupid shard over that Foster's, because Foster's is With that being said, I have one can left of that stupid drink from last night. So you know what? If someone smashes a 30 dono for these legends on RSG, I'll smash that can. Up to you guys. Your call.
Oh God. All right. Well, this is going to be interesting. All right. What else? 73 question. So 4 episodes of season 2, The Boys now. Ranger, are you seriously going to wait until they are all out to watch?
Well, I watched the first episode, so just to see where they were going with it, just to kind of, because that's usually like a little bit of a recap from the previous season that ties into where it's going to go. So I watched that, but yeah, I'll wait. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I'll wait.
Oh, I'm with Ranger. I'm waiting until
I like
they're
to
all
binge.
out.
I'll watch stuff and I'll look at, like, I looked at episode 1 because I just want to get a sense of where it's going. But yeah, I don't mind waiting. So
it's an easy binge because there's only 8 episodes, I think, in season 1, and where there's 3 and 2. I haven't watched any of the new ones, so please, God, don't.
These episodes are longer than season 1 too, so it's...
Okay, don't spoil it. I'm really excited about that. Like, I don't really get into TV shows that much, and I'm really excited about.
But I also know the comics, and it's interesting. What I really wanted to see too is a lot of stuff that's in the comics is different. I mean, it's very similar, but there's some differences that I'm really actually enjoying between the comic book series and the...
I didn't even realize there was a comic book series.
Oh yeah, no, there's a graphic novel.
Graphic novel.
It's a graphic novel. Yeah, the creators of the graphic novel, you know, the lead character, the kid, the creators of the graphic novel actually modeled that character on Simon Pegg.
Yep, he looks like him too.
And obviously he's too old to play the kid. He's too old to play the kid. So they're like, well, do you want to play Dad instead? So they actually got Simon.
Yeah, he's a good cast. It's good.
It's an excellent cast.
It's unbelievable.
The Spice Girls references are
Yeah.
priceless.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, next question. Nathan H, is there any verification or evidence that we're getting a new raid in 6 months? No. There's nothing definitive. It's just theories and rumors right now.
Just us pulling shit out our ass.
Yeah, it's purely community speculation at this point, I think.
Yep. And I think with some foundation, because they did mention they're working on the raid and we're kind of getting into a lull, so I can understand why. It's maybe like a common sense or maybe a hopeful kind of one, but nothing definitive. Eduardo has a question for Heinze. Do you still feel pretty?
Jesus.
Only when you're around against you, Eduardo. Abso-freaking-lutely, bro.
Oh man.
Not very nice.
Not
Neo
really,
Venom.
No, that was not very nice.
Question for anyone: what kind of sauce goes best with sheepy and porg?
Barbecue works really well. A spicy barbecue. I mean, you know, you want a little bit of hotness for it, right? I don't know. It depends on how you're preparing those items. So, are you grilling them? Are you baking them? You know, I mean, there's a lot. Yeah, smoking. Yeah, you could smoke them. I mean, really get that meat falling off the bones. You know, so.
All right. Next question from Nathan H. What is your favorite taco filling?
Me.
Valentina hot sauce.
Oh, you mean the food?
I'm just moving on. Like, I'm pretending I didn't hear that. Mine is chicken. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Mine's meat.
Just taco. Wow.
Oh, I see what you did there. It took me a minute. Okay.
Way to live in the now, Dom.
Yeah.
Is it just because of my military background? Am I the only one that got that?
Yes, sir. +1 for Ranger. All right.
This is just okay. We're moving on. Neo Venom question: when is Ramban going to admit that his real idol is Jason Solo?
Because it's not. Because Jason Solo isn't canon and he sucks and he's not even in the game.
Oh, excuse me. Wash your mouth out with soap.
How can you hate Darth Kratos, man?
How can you hate on Darth? Yeah, exactly.
When he's in canon, then I'll stop hating him.
If he was in, he'd still be better than Mace.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You shut up. That's stupid, Randy. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
When he's canon, Darth Revan's not canon. Darth Bane's not canon. There's a bunch of badass characters that are not canon that we love. Come on, man.
You're right, but I accept those. I don't accept Jason.
Oh, God.
Oh my god.
You hate on his sister, too?
But he's already better
his
than
sister's
Mace in
pretty.
this game.
And she was trained by Boba
snaps.
Fett.
Yeah, I'm with you, brother. I'm with you.
Well, that's true. What else? 3 Darth Bane is canon because of the Clone Wars. I forgot.
Revan's actually canon, technically.
Oh, they did mention this technically, so yeah, I guess you could.
Revan
throw that
is
in there.
technically canon.
Yeah, that's true. I gotta
Yep.
remember that.
All right. Next question for Van Seal from Durgan.
Oh, God.
Uh,
I'm gonna message him after this. I'm like, you know what? Stop.
question for the Vandalorian. Which light side Galactic Legend do you think will be better, Galactic Legend Rey or Luke, and which will you unlock first?
Whichever one gets me my first wave cleared in light side TB. How about that?
Ray can do it for you already, brother.
All right. Well, I'm not getting that character.
Not
So.
only phase 1,
Ray
phase
sucks.
2, and phase 3. Now phase 4, Loki can tell you, it's not pretty. No matter who you have, you're
Or just
going
get
to
Jedi and
slow.
Jedi Luke. There you go.
Jedi Luke.
I don't know. I'm gonna wait to see what Jedi Master Luke's requirements are gonna be because we still don't know what those last requirements are. And I think whatever's easier. And so far, I think Jedi Master Luke is looking a little bit better than Rey in terms of requirements. I might just go for him as my third, I guess, after I get Palpatine. So
The only 2 characters for Jedi Master Luke that I don't have relics are the 2 new marquees. That's it.
right, yeah.
Everything
which
else is
most
already-
people's case, yeah.
Yeah. So I think I'm kind of just forced to go after Jedi Master Luke regardless of the kits because I'm just closer to him.
Okay.
There you go. And then last question from Gav P. Can we get some thumbs up and some pickles, please? You can get the thumbs up. Everyone can give us some thumbs up there, but pickles are not Twitch. Or pickles are Twitch. Bread is YouTube.
You
So
put
we
your
unfortunately
pickles.
can't
You
get-
do whatever you like, man. Don't listen to Finn, man. God damn it. Enjoy whatever.
I mean, my pickle goes invisible, so I can't.
Well, then it doesn't count, man. If you can't see it,
Yeah,
you're not
it does
using
go.
it.
It does go invisible.
It goes invisible.
It doesn't go invisible. It goes black.
Mm.
Oh,
Well, it goes black because it's right here. But no, see, I can see it. See? It's like
My
scanning.
pickle's available on OnlyFans if anyone's interested, but
No,
that's a whole
not
different
really, no one's
conversation.
And that's why
no.
you have 0 fans.
That's. Well, I wouldn't go that far, Rambo.
All right, let's go ahead and end the
Being a little
stream now.
mean,
'Cause now
man.
this is going an awful direction.
Yes.
So yeah, this
Golly.
is started with the taco and end with the pickle.
Hey,
That's just
man,
the way we end it.
You
Go ahead.
asked. You said, "What's
All right,
your
Ranger, we're
best
done.
filler?" And I'm like, "Me." Literally.
Yeah. Gotta love that meat.
Yeah. All right. What do you got for us, Finn? Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay, now's the time. So right after this, I'm gonna set the event on YouTube. Any of these fine gentlemen that are going to stick around can for my GAC. I'm gonna go right through it as quickly as possible. We're not going to be dicking around too much, mainly because another weak defense. So we're gonna have some fun on this. Oh man, I love having 2 Galactic Legends and being under 6 million GP. It makes life
It'll
so
be like
much easier.
Ando.
Ando's a good man too. But we're gonna do that right after that. And then Finn, what time are you aiming for your GAC?
3 p.m. Eastern.
And then I do not know about D&D. Do we have a final word on that, Finn? I've
Yeah.
been looking.
We have something. It's not going to be a regular session, but we have something.
So what are we doing? I mean, what are we
We're
streaming?
going to go through character creation for the lovely Christy.
Okay,
from
that's
the Escape.
confirmed.
Yeah, she's going to be joining us. So,
Okay, so
we're going to
8
have the
p.m.
lovely Christy, the Escape podcast Paul's better half, joining us.
Okay.
She'll be making a character that will hopefully in the future be making a guest appearance in our D&D campaign, and we'll be answering questions for anyone that has D&D questions as we do a new character creation.
All right. So what we're gonna do now is go around the corn and let everybody pimp their stuff. We're gonna start with Mr. Heinze. Mr. Heinze, where can folks check you out at?
Not hard to find, brother. Heinze, ANZGC. Get over to Twitch. We're going to be doing a Sunday night stream this week. Birthday party. Everyone's invited. We're going to rip it up, have some
I
fun.
forgot about that. I'm gonna be really fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit crazy. Feel free to jump in, have some fun. We'll get after it. It'll be great.
You mean
And,
you're gonna live
and a-
stream on Monday,
Yeah,
you're saying?
and a Gridsy session as well, obviously next week. But Rogue Actions is coming up this week, guys. I may have mentioned a few things about Cubs and his selling of some mods that may have come up in conversation, but you have to wait and see for that. But no, we had some fun with that. But yeah, you know where to find us, guys. Let's get after it. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, we'll be having some fun on Sunday night US, which is Monday afternoon for my birthday. We're having a birthday party. Come and join us for my birthday.
All right.
Bring Fosters.
Mm-hmm.
No, don't bring that crap.
Vince Seal, where can folks check you out, my friend?
So I have a work in progress YouTube channel. I haven't posted there in a while, but there's bounty hunter stuff up there. I'm also doing stuff on Twitch now. Nothing really Galaxy Heroes related, but if you guys are looking for anything Squadrons when that game comes out, I'm going to be hitting the game really hard when that comes out. So
Okay.
keep an eye out for just strategy videos on YouTube. And like I said, I'll be on Twitch probably like 3-4 days a week when that game comes out. So just keep an eye out.
All right. Nev, got quite a lot to pimp there, brother.
Yeah, so obviously you can find me on the Escape Podcast on Twitch, Escape Podcast on YouTube. Got our weekly show on Fridays, which is the Escape Podcast. Got the weekly show on Twitch, which does get uploaded to YouTube, which is GA Center, where you get to see how all your favorite content creators that do GAC measure up against each other. Finn is currently beating Ranger. Needs to get
Not the
good.
same thing, man.
But apart from that, just little bits and pieces here and there. Obviously, I do my GAC live on Escape Podcast
Yes, he does.
Twitch, and that's a lot of fun. Currently going for flawless victory, 12-0 this month.
You have to, man. Mort's bringing it again, man. Dude.
Well, the problem that
I'm actually
Mort and I
loving it,
have,
man.
the problem that Mort and I have at the moment is we are both perilously close to being promoted to Division 1, and obviously we're we're first and second in Division 2. And if we both got promoted to Division 1, we would no longer be first and second.
Oh,
We'd
no.
still be right behind each other. So you're just going to have to tune into the Tuesday show and see how that rivalry continues.
Yeah, if you guys have not seen GAC Center, you really should check that out. It's really a lot
awesome.
of fun. It's a lot of fun, and they have a lot of fun doing it, and it's a lot of work. So let's show some support for those guys, because going through all that data and sifting through all that shit is a lot. So they have done that themselves, Anakin.
Yes, we have done that to
They've done
ourselves.
that
Yes,
themselves.
6-hour grind every Tuesday. It's worth it.
Yes, it is. Ram Bam, the Mace Molester. Where can folks check you out at?
Don't molest Mace. He lets me touch him. Okay.
That's what you think.
No, I have a YouTube channel. Obviously, it's still growing, but I'm primarily on Twitch. Do GAC, do some other games here and there, Battlefront, and if I can ever get Call of Duty working, I do that as well. But no, other than that, I mean, I'm out and around in the community and pretty much everybody's Discord and everybody's streams. So
All right. Good old Maurice, brother. Pimp your stuff.
Hey, I'm good on Maurice. I am
Hi, good old Maurice.
Hi, I'm one half Operation Metaverse. You can find us streaming Thursday nights at 10:30 Eastern Time. I believe we have a special guest this Thursday,
Ooh,
maybe.
What? Ooh, what?
So we have a stream on Thursdays, and then we have I'm a part of another stream team, a dream team, if you will, of Ramona Zob, Ranger, Avinash, and myself. We stream on Sunday nights around 10:30 as well. So
Yeah, I will not
catch
be
us
there
then.
this Sunday because I got this Heinzie birthday.
That is fine.
I think
Fest.
is there some clown crashing on Thursday as well?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to allude to. You just like
Yeah.
left me hanging, man.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, we have a special
didn't
guest on
mean to.
Thursday, eh?
I had an outage, brother. Don't worry. Sorry, Eddie.
Silence.
It's
It's like, oh.
yeah, Gom. Apparently, I'll be crashing the Operation Metaverse party on
Indeed.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Indeed.
it'll be fun.
So
There you go.
It'll be fun.
looking forward to that. This should be
Totally
a good old
on it.
time.
All right.
Totally on it, though.
And if you're watching this, of course, you're watching us here on the RSG channel, and we do this every Saturday. You can check out our other content during the week. We do the lunch stream Monday through Friday, where we stream all the content for lunch for you guys. I mainly handle that, and we have also the Wednesday night show. You can also check Finn doing his GAC and other Star Wars Galaxy Heroes content mainly over on Twitch. We split it up for some people because some people like YouTube, some people like Twitch. So we've just kind of gone to our corners and are covering it for you guys so that those that love YouTube get some content and those that love Twitch get some content. And then we have other games and stuff that we're doing. We have Marble Mondays with Finn. We also have State of Survival, which was yesterday, the stream with McVenom and Finn and a whole bunch of people you'll recognize. Saturdays we have our D&D streams. There's just a bunch of stuff. So anything else you want to pimp there, Finn, or anything?
I do, and it's not ours actually.
Okay, go for it.
So we're all here with Galaxy of Heroes, right? And we always do our charity campaign pretty much every year, and we're going to be starting that in October. However, CG is also pretty much every year doing a charity campaign, and today they have their Extra Life campaign beginning on their Twitch channel, Capital Games _Extra Life. That begins in just about an hour. So they're starting at 10 a.m. Pacific time.
Okay.
So it'll be in just about an hour. So if you guys have some time, make sure you head over there. Regardless of what you think in the game, they're doing it for a good cause. It is Extra Life. So please make sure that you go ahead and, again, Capital Games _Extra Life on Twitch is their Twitch handle. So make sure you guys head over there and support them, even if you're just kind of in and out and watching.
Can you link that in admins for me, man?
Yeah.
Go support that after I get done with GAC. So I'll represent.
I feel like they're going to get a lot of trolls.
Well,
they usually do. They get people asking like Galaxy of Heroes questions and stuff, and they don't do Galaxy of Heroes. They do other stuff, but they're doing it for charity. So everyone hopefully is on their best behavior there. Feel free to troll, but don't go crazy.
Don't be a
just
douche,
regular.
man.
You guys know the way. So
yeah,
we trust the skewers here to show up in proper form, hopefully to this. So.
All right. So give me about 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes at the most, and then I'm gonna set up my event for GAC. We'll go knock that out with whoever's gonna stick around. And then what time do you say, Finn? 2? You're gonna do yours? 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Check out Finn for his GAC and some more Star Wars Galaxy Heroes fun. Some more content for you guys, right? As we said, we're going to keep you entertained. Check out these others great channels, guys. Really support these guys. They come here on a Saturday morning to answer your questions and help you with the game. So show them some love. Go to their channel, follow, hit the thumbs up, watch some of their videos. That stuff matters to them, and it matters because it helps them, to grow their channel and what they're trying to do, and it just validates the stuff that they're doing. So let's show some love to all these great guys for being here and doing everything that they're doing, and including all the other content creators. There's so many out there. We're on Twitch. There's a whole new crop of content creators on Twitch. And then some of the ones that you've seen that were not here, like Jedi Master Dasher. There's a whole bunch of names we can go through. So really try to support the channel. So with that, I think we're going to call this one done. So on behalf of myself and everybody here, thank you so much for joining us here on Jedi Academy. Give us about 5-10 minutes and we'll get ready for some cabber fatting over on the YouTubes, and then some more cabber fatting on the Twitch with Finn later. So I'll see you in a few minutes. If not, we'll see you when we see you. Peace out.